Welcome to Jim the Trucker.
Good morning. I just wanted to show you guys what I'm up to today. This is something completely and totally different. So it's just a half of an exhaust cover, and it looks highly unusual. It is basically strapped out, I guess. They're shutting down a power plant, so we have to haul all the pieces and get paid to do that. So we'll go over what we have, and you can see already special interest because some of the pieces are basically about half shattered, but at least there's welds holding and what have you. You can see where it's been cut. So it's quite an interesting piece. Weighs 25,000. So I've got 4 3/8 chains locked in. And I want to show you my trap chain. And they're not rubbing on each other in the wrap. But the thing is that I needed to have it to be stabilized and not worry about any side to side because of the lower grabs. It's the best that you can do. It's 115 degrees on the temperature gauge on the mirror. So I was about half baked. Very, it's 85 and it's just 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's definitely been warm for everyone. So as you can see, some of the casting or whatever is broken. So I wanted to make sure that it was a good grab. You can see it really close. And I made sure everything was welded. I tried to tie anything up that is welded, not always bolts unless they're extremely huge, but that's what I did there. Yeah, it's quite the piece. Had to feed chains over the top of some of these other pieces just to kind of hold everything down, and it's definitely something I'll be glad to get delivered. When they brought it to the trailer, they were moving some of the dunnage pieces, and it was kind of over slightly, and I was trying to remind the guys because they may not always be aware. I just said the blue stripes are actually my trailer frames, so let's try and get that dunnage straddling the weight bearing frame pieces, because this other stuff's aluminum. There's a strip of wood nailers. There's like what, 4 of those on the trailer, but they're not going to be as strong as the solid steel beams. So I wanted to make sure that they had that all supported. Now, this particular piece on the back did not have anything extra, but what they did do is they put pieces right down where it sits. Sorry about my voice, it's cracking a little bit, but you can kind of see how they were set over there on the beam. Just trying to see, because as you look from the blue, and then you see that's the trailer beam, the main frame. So that's what we wanted. We wanted our support to be there as much as possible. And I think they did a good job, but it just so such a highly unusual piece for general public to see, and it's like, what is that? And then I have to kind of go through, just a brief explanation, and I figure I'd do that here. Well, I'm just looked at my channel, and I have been on YouTube since 2007. So quite a long time to, you know, I didn't always put a lot of videos up at first because I really didn't know what I was doing, and I probably still don't, according to so many other people. But if I can provide some unique interest in what we do out here, then so be it. I've been doing AI software, not creating the videos because it is my content, but I've been doing them and allowing the software to find key points, break it up, and put it on the channel. The problem I've started to see was I'm getting a lot of comment bot farms. I mean, they're just there's a lot of normal folks out there, but there's so many people that are just setting these bot farms to loose on the internet and on YouTube, you know, and that's what they do. They just go on, create I guess nonsensical answers. You could tell that it was either ChatGPT or DeepSeek that they were using for their content replies, and they made no sense, and they were argumentative, nonsensical, and also just some of them just plain nasty. So I don't know what world they grew up in, but the world I grew up in is that if you don't have anything good to say, keep your mouth shut. So the whole thing is that they would never say that to my face. They just, unless they were stupid. So that's just the whole thing. I'm out here doing my job and trying to present a decent working man's view on this kind of job. And I turn around and here they come. So I'm going to pause the shorts for a while. Maybe that's their whole point, is they want to try and ruin people. So I'm just tired of messing with them. I've seen the photos of the comment bot farms, you know, where they have like 150, 200 phones on the wall, and they just, you know, plus they might use an AI bot to do auto replies, and you know, it's just the AI stuff. There's a lot of good, but I'm here to tell you there's a lot that is not so good. So I'm just gonna leave it up to everybody else. I'm gonna put a pause on it for a while and just kind of let it go, because I would much rather be able to talk to you and present what I have out here. This is real world. This is not made up. I do not allow, there's a thing inside of the YouTube studio that says allow AI to train on your content. No, I absolutely refuse. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, you know, they'll take what they're going to take, and then they can deal with it later. But I'm not going to deal with it myself. I'm not going to just up and allow it. They've changed their rules and over the years, and over you know, the algorithm changes quite a lot. I had a lot of views in December, January, where things took off. You'll see the road videos, the driving and this and that. And, you know, I wouldn't say it's not viral by any means, but, you know, when you're talking 18, 20,000 views, and normally I get a lot less than that, I just look at it as, well, that's cool. Maybe they like that. Let's present some more. So I did. And, of course, it was a rug pull. It's kind of like Charlie Brown, you know, the football, and Lucy. Lucy grabs the football when he thinks he's competent enough. He thinks he can kick it. And then, of course, he screams in the cartoon after she pulls the football out. And that's exactly what I feel with this platform. Sure, it has a lot of power and a lot, you know, but they play around with it so much, and they mess with creators' heads. It's, to me, it's just it's gotten maddening to the point where, you know, it's hard enough to get out here in 100 and some degree temperatures, tie this stuff down, you're baking your brains out, try to put up content, and then have it fall flat on your face. So I'm going to turn it around and tip it just a little bit. So that's pretty much what it is for me. I enjoy this, doing it, and I try and get videos up for folks. I'll try and show some of the other loads, maybe in the still photo included. A lot of it is just pieces, parts that I've been doing, crates, various crane parts. It's been keeping me busy, you know. Is it the best top rates? Not always. A lot of it depends on the region and how it's been, you know, divvied up in the bidding process. So when you talk about spot bids and some of that and what we're allowed to do, I just have to have a level of trust. Get these stupid glasses off, they're so boogered up. But I have to have a level of trust with the agent, and I trust, there's several, especially the ones I'm doing here recently. I have to trust them, and they ask me what I will do it for, and I just told them, sorry about all the racket, I'm right by I-55, north of Memphis. But I just tell them, you know, I have to have a level of trust for you guys. And I gave my word. My word means a lot more to me these days. I'm 66 years old. My handshake, my word, everything like that is, you have to base your life off of something. And it might as well be something good like that. If I say I'm going to stick around and wait for your loads within a reasonable time, then that's exactly what I mean. And I think I've done 5 of these kinds of loads in a row. So some of them are pretty short. It doesn't matter. When they have a project going and they need available capacity to go pick the stuff up. I don't do oversize anymore. These folks had lined up a 11-foot wide load for me, and they just got mixed up a little bit about what truck was next. So I told them, no, that's not mine. So it was all funny. Everybody got a big kick out of it. They were trying to give me somebody else's load, and I don't want to do that. You know, but I'm not set up for lighting. I'm not set up for doing that stuff. I quit doing it. It's been 6 or 7 years ago. Quite a while. But you know, I just got tired of the headache. A lot of the influx of the foreigner agent, the people that book off of load boards, they don't know what they're doing. They have no idea. But the folks that I'm working for now, they do know what they're doing, because that's their specialty. So I wouldn't mind if I had everything back up to snuff. They do, I know, oversized, but I'm just not going to deal with it. It's just, for me, it's just too many headaches. You know, and I'm more power to the guys doing this stuff, because that's the hot ticket for them. So I am going to leave you go. I've got to go check in with the customer. I'm waiting for the main traffic to stop in Memphis and around the loop, because it can get pretty hairy, you know, around the loop of Memphis, 240 and that kind of thing. So I stay on 55 and then 240, and then take my route to the customer that way. I-40, at the time of this video, they think they had some construction and lane closures, and it was just jam-packed. It's like, oh my gosh. So I don't need to go that way, even though the so-called GPS says to go that way. It's like, no, I don't think so. We're gonna go a little easier route. I just can't take a lot of corners, as you can see. I'm not going to take them really fast. I'm going to be going easy. Folks could see what's on my trailer, and I'm going to drive accordingly. I'm always under the speed when I'm hauling stuff like this. I don't slam down the road doing stupid. That's just the way it is. I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm taking it easy, I'm taking care, and it's for a good reason. Yes, there's plenty of chains on here for the weight and for the type of material, but and everything, when I checked my chains just before I started shooting the video, everything is drum tight still. So I haven't had anything loosen up. I made sure that it was good and tight before I left, and I've been over some rough spots. So that's one thing you do. I'm out here checking my truck. I'm checking my load. I haven't started my day yet, so when I'm ready to rock and roll, I know I'm confident that as I do the rest of my walk around, my tires are all good, lighting, and load securement. So that's the things you have to check. I made sure that nothing moved, and nothing did. None of the dunnage had slipped, nothing had moved, and you have to look at stuff like that. You know, I'm not sure how many, I'll probably be doing this a while longer, but if you see anyone that might get a kick out of the videos or be entertained, slip them along a link, do a share, whatever, that'd be great. I'm not going to ask for a bunch of extra. Just not me. If you see fit and you like what you see, great. That works for me. So I think I've covered most everything. And I do put all my chain binders to one side so I can walk right down and tighten them. Now, sometimes it doesn't always work that way on some of the crane loads and stuff like that, but in this particular case, everything else seems to be just fine. And it's easier for me to see. I can see any bouncing. It's easier for me to see in the mirror anything that's bright yellow. So I see if there's any slight variation. If there's any movement, then I know I got a loose chain, and it's time to find a place to pull over. And not on the side of the road, but the rest of your truck stop and that kind of thing. So, and maybe someday I'll look at some of the shorts and how they're coming out. I try and edit the titles and everything like that to make sure they're at least halfway accurate. I just hope everybody is liking what they have available so far. We'll just see how it goes, because right now I'm pretty disgusted with the whole mess. I've got a lot of other things to do that actually make me money, and I don't make a single penny off any of these freaking videos. I've been accused of that too. It's like, okay, I think they're just trolls, and they're just jealous, or just mean nasty, or they're just having a bad life. Well, go get a life. There's a lot of other ways to get around in the world without trying to cut somebody down. There's really no reason for that. And like I said, you probably wouldn't say that crap to my face now, would you? Okay. Well, you all have a good one, and we'll see you on the road. It's a turbine base, so when we were loading it, we had to make sure that the dunnage pieces were over the steel, even though it was just 2x4, just enough to protect the trailer. I had to ask them to move them just a little bit to make sure that the dunnage pieces were on the steel. And of course, the blue right here is the main beam of the trailer. So we want to make sure that it's supported over the main beams, not over the composite portions of the trailer. It's a Fontaine trailer, and they've been pretty good. They've had their issues, complaints, things that I didn't care for, but all in all, I've had it for some years, and been doing pretty well with it. So I wanted to make sure that I shot this, and I'm going to be working all through July 4th and pulling multiple loads into next week. We'll see how long it lasts. So that's pretty much it. It's not a huge video at all, but I wanted to make sure you guys could see these. I may do multiple videos compiled into one, and we'll see how it goes on the editing part. But I had to make sure that everything was good to go. When I show up, I like to show up a little bit after main traffic, you know, traffic jam in Memphis, because I have to go around the loop, and there's a lot of spots there that are normal morning pinches, closures, lane closures, construction, and that kind of thing. I just rather watch what I'm doing. With this kind of load, I don't need to be whipping it around. There's multiple loads that I've hauled that are out of there that are easy and just ready to rock. But this one here, I go a little bit slower, a little bit more careful. You can see all these changes. It keeps it neutralized on the trailer. So that's pretty much it. And that's it for this one with the Turbine base. We'll see you on the road.